I woke up much later than normal the next day thanks to my midnight snack.
Today's another rest day. I don't really feel like going out, but I'm not in the mood to laze all day either. I'll just go check on Mamaruni-san.
I asked a servant to show me the way to his room. I might have been bored, but I wasn't in the mood to get lost. I entered his room to see the Count already standing next to his bed. Mamaruni-san's eyes flicked to me and he scowled.
What's another one? Be nice. Bite me. Is that an offer? I must be cursed. That is the only explanation.
Am I interrupting something?
Yes, you are. Nothing important, I assure you. We were just sucking dick. My rest. Both of you are interrupting my rest. Like I said, nothing important.
Wolfie chose that moment to enter the room.
I guess everyone else thought to check on you too, Mamaruni-san.
He let out an exaggerated groan.
Why won't you people leave me alone? Because you shouldn't have to be alone when you're sick. What if I want to be alone?
Wolfie looked away before changing the subject.
I didn't notice before, but this room is bigger than mine. Naturally. It needs to fit all of his ego after all.
Any response Mamaruni-san would have given was cut off by a knock at the door.
That must be lunch.
Wolfie opened the door and a servant wheeled in a cart filled with more food than Mamaruni-san could eat, sick or not.
That's way too much food for you to eat alone, so we had to join you. You did this, didn't you? Now why would I do a thing like that?
The Count took a plate from the tray, placed some food on it, and handed it to a glaring Mamaruni-san. Then the Count turned to look at us.
Isn't anyone else going to eat? Mamaruni-san would. I don't care. This is enough for me.
Taking that as permission, we each grabbed a plate and started piling food on. We just finished eating when the tone for an announcement played.
Good day, everyone. It is I, your host.
Who did he think we were expecting?
People have been complaining about me making changes. Changes they wanted, mind you, so I have come to a few decisions. The next 2 days will be tasks like the original ones. There will no longer be the option of skipping them and receiving points. There will then be a rest day, and 2 more tasks. The day after will be our grand masquerade ball, and the winning team will be announced. Those are my terms. I promise that they won't be changed, and that this problem will never come up in this event again. That is all. Thank you.
The tone signaling the end of the announcement played.
There, aren't you glad? No more skipping and... Don't tell me you missed Woody. Oh no, I got that, but there's nothing like hell there isn't. Calm down, this isn't good for your health. How do you expect me to be calm after that?
After what? Eric just laid out the rules.
He promised this problem would never come up again.
So?
Eric would never promise something like that unless he was completely sure of it. And there's only one way he could be sure it would never happen, by making it impossible.
So what you're saying is that he's not going to have any more of these events?
Exactly. So we won't be able to come here and spend time like this next year? Forget that! I still haven't won!
Mamaruni-san stood up and walked towards the door.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to confront Eric. There's no way I'm just going to sit here and do nothing while he... You heard him. His decision has been made. There is nothing we can do. Like hell there isn't. Calm down, you're going to... I'm going to confront Eric, and you can't stop me.
He flung open the door and stalked out.
But, Mamaruni-san, wait up!
Wolfie hurried after him.
I guess we should help Wolfie to make sure Mamaruni-san doesn't overexert himself.
I'll leave that to the 2 of you.
You're not coming with us?
I have better things to do than to watch him throw a hissy fit. Like I said last time. I want to smell these sheets.
I shrugged and left the room, not wanting to lose track of Mamaruni-san and Wolfie. Thankfully, they didn't get far because Wolfie was trying to pull Mamaruni-san back to the room.
Do you know where we're going?
Of course I do.
So why have we passed that same vase twice?
It's not the same vase. It's just similar. No, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. It's got a bit of a crack running down.
Wolfie cut himself off when he saw the murderous look on Mamaruni-san's face.
I'm just going to ask that servant for directions.
Don't you dare!
I ignored him and walked up to the servant.
Hi, could you take us to Mr. Valdemar's room?
Gus aren't allowed in his room.
We won't go in. We just want to see where it is. Please.
Okay, follow me.
I turned back to Mamaruni-san.
Now you can either come with me or keep going around in circles. Your call.
Fine.
We followed the servant through the halls until we came to an ornate door.
This leads to Master Valdemar's private quarters.
Hey, Eric! Get out of here right now!
Mamaruni-san's shout attracted the attention of another servant.
Master Valdemar isn't there right now.
Then where the hell is he?
I'm not sure.
Then find him and bring him to me. Maybe we should come back later. Oh, no, I'm not leaving until I get a chance to tell Eric what I think about his latest announcement.
Sir, please calm down.
I will not calm down. Really, Mr. Mamaruni-san, I'm starting to think the only reason you attend is to harass my staff.
We turned to see Eric Valdemar walking towards us while tying his cape. He took his mask from the butler and put it on before turning to face us again.
Now, what was it that was so important that you felt the need to shout outside my door? What do you think you were doing? Well, I was taking a nap in the gardens before you so rudely started shouting. That's not what I meant, and you know it. That announcement. Oh, that. Yes, that. Did you really think I'd take that lying down? As hard as this may be for you to believe, this has nothing to do with you. The hell it doesn't. I have yet to win any of these silly games. If they're so silly, then you should be glad you wanted to suffer through another year of them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other things to do.
He turned on his heel and walked away, but Mamaruni-san wouldn't have it. He strode after Eric.
Don't you dare walk away from me while I'm talking to you! I will be respected in my household!
Wolfie and I exchanged a worried look before hurrying to catch up with the two taller men.
I don't see what we still have to discuss. I've made my decision, and if you're so determined to win at least once, then you should focus on that, not me. This is your last chance, after all.
Eric took a turn in one of the halls, and the heads of the occupants all swerved towards us.
Don't think I'm dropping this just because you decided to make it public. You made it public with all your shouting. I'm simply attending to my duties as host.
He began his descent down the stairs to the hall as though this was nothing out of the ordinary. Mamaruni-san stopped at the top of the stairs, so Wolfie and I did as well.
Drop this idiotic act and just listen to me for once.
Eric froze, not even halfway down the stairs. After a moment, he squared his shoulders and turned around to face Mamaruni-san. The entire hall seemed to be holding their breath in anticipation of Eric's response. When he did speak, his voice was low and controlled.
You.
People leaned in closer as they strained to hear what he was saying. A sudden jostle caused me to lose my balance. As I started falling, time seemed to slow down to the point where I could see Eric's eyes widen. The next thing I knew, he was catching me in his arms. Before I could even feel an ounce of relief, I felt Eric shift. He was taking a step back to compensate for the momentum, but there was no floor behind him. His action had both of us falling downstairs. I closed my eyes and braced myself, only to have them fly open when my face collided with a hard object. Eric's face. For a moment, I was too shocked to even realize we'd stopped falling.
Rip.
Eric didn't seem to have the same problem, though, as he turned his head to face our savior, his butler.
Impeccable timing as always. Now be careful, Master Voldemort.
Eric looked down at me questioningly.
I Are you okay, Miss Archer?
Apart from a pain in the jaw, yeah.
I am terribly sorry about that.
The sound of people murmuring brought our attention to the fact his arms were still loosely wrapped around me. His gaze was drawn to something behind me for a moment before he spoke in a low voice. Oh no!
I don't mean to alarm you, but your furry friend just ran off.
Oh no!
Mr. Wolfie!
I turned around just in time to see Wolfie disappear around a corner. I quickly turned back to Eric. Thank you for saving me, but I really should go after him.
By all means.
I thanked him one last time before turning and running in the direction I'd seen Wolfie go. I turned a corner and almost ran straight into a startled servant. Have you seen...
Oh, red-faced wolf? Yeah, he went that way.
I said a hasty thanks before continuing my mad dash in the direction indicated. I caught sight of Wolfie as I rounded another corner. Hey, Wolfie, wait up! He didn't listen, however. In fact, did he just speed up? I continued to chase him through the halls, but it wasn't long before I got frustrated with this.
If he won't stop on his own, then I'll just have to make him. I'll tackle him!
I broke into an all-out sprint and tackled him to the ground.
Ah! Ah! He's so cute! They're so cute! What are you doing?
I can ask you that. Why were you running away from me?
Can you get off of me?
Not unless you promise not to run away again.
I promise.
Taking him at his word, I quickly got up.
So what was that about?
Nothing.
Because nothing makes you race through the mansion like a starving man chasing after food?
Why is it a food analogy?
That's not the point. Why did you run away from me?
When I saw you and Mr. Valdemar kiss,
What do you mean? We didn't kiss.
Your lips met when you were falling.
More like our jaws met. The guy has a remarkably hard head. Still, a sore jaw is better than the cracked skull I could have gotten if I'd actually hit the ground.
Yeah, I tried to grab hold of you, but I was too slow. Mr. Valdemar wasn't there, you could have.
But he was there and I'm fine. See? I was suddenly scooped into a wolf hug.
My little furry.
Wolfie!
Sorry, I'm just glad you're okay.
You and me both.
He let go of me and took a step back.
Maybe we should take you to the on-site doctor just to be sure.
There's an on-site doctor?
Yeah, because it's a big gathering of famous people. I saw him when I went to visit Mamaruni-san yesterday.
Okay. Do you have any idea where the doctor would be?
I don't think I even know where we are.
Then we'll just walk around until we find someone.
Yeah, there's usually always someone nearby.
It wasn't long before we found someone to lead us to the doctor's office. We entered the room only to find it empty.
I wonder where the doctor is.
Not here, that's for sure. Now what?
We wait?
Sure, it's not like I have anything better to do. You don't have to stay, though. I'm sure there's other things you'd rather be doing on your rest day.
No, we teammates need to look out for each other, right?
Right.
The sound of the door opening had us both turning to see Eric and the doctor enter the room.
I told you I'm perfectly fine. You should... Oh, Miss Archer. It's good to see that you not only found your friend, but found your way here as well.
This is the girl that you fell for?
What?
This is the girl that you fell for? What kind of man would I be if I didn't put my life on the line for a pretty lady? The kind of man whose doctor doesn't have to periodically chase him down because he managed to get himself into improbable situations out of a shoujo manga. But where's the fun in that? Besides, you didn't need to track me down, I'm fine. I'll only be sure of that once I've properly examined you. I'm not going to be able to get out of this, am I? I see you're finally catching on. You should probably examine Miss Archer first, though.
The doctor let out a sigh.
Mr. Wolf, is it? You don't have to stay unless you have an injury of your own. Your friend is in safe hands, Allstate. Actually, do you have an injury or other health problem? No, but if you're worried about Miss Archer, don't be. I'll personally make sure she experiences the best possible care. I'm not leaving!
Wolfie?
I'm going to stay until I'm absolutely sure my teammate is fine. If you're sure, I am.
The doctor just shrugged and got to work examining us. Wolfie stayed with me through the entire checkup and even stayed by my bedside until I fell asleep.